Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Google Workspace. We're going to do an overview of your KW email, which is a Gmail account, and also the workspace that comes with that. It used to be called G Suite because it does include all different kinds of cloud-based apps to help you with productivity. They're basically productivity tools, but they did rebrand as Google Workspace now instead of G Suite. So I'm going to highlight a few of those that you may use on a regular basis. If you're here with me live again, if you're just coming in, if you've got questions, drop those in the chat. I'll try to get them answered in real time. And I will also be staying after class for a couple of minutes to get those answered for you as well. And if you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. All right. So, first things first, how do you find your KW email and how do you get logged in? So, we're going to go through those basics right off the bat. First, we'll sign into Command. Command is agent.kw.com if you're on a desktop. Here we go. And once you're logged into Command, you can come up to another tab on your browser and go to mykw.kw.com. From here, you would go to your technology tab. Let me zoom in. That looks T90. There we go. Hopefully that's bigger on your end. If you guys are still seeing it smaller, if now I made it too big, let me know. But technology tab, if you just hover over it, come down to KW email right here and give it a click. Go to manage your KW email. And right here at the top, you will see your KW email. And the one that is listed right here in parentheses, that is your primary KW email. Okay. That means it is the one that you will log in to Google with as your username or login. Okay. So that's it right there. So we're going to take that information. You can highlight it like I just did and copy it. Okay. And then you would come up here. You can either go to a new tab. I already have it open on a tab, but it's gmail.com. That's it. Just type in gmail.com and hit enter. And right up here at the top, you will see a sign in option. Emily, I see say you're saying that you don't see my screen. Is everybody else? Can somebody give me a thumbs up and make sure let me know my screen's still projecting? If anybody else is having that issue? Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up that we're still. Oh, okay, good. Emily, good. Ah, slight panic. We're okay. Everything's fine. All right. And so here from again, gmail.com, this is where you will log in to your KW email. Okay. So you would take that email that you just got on your My KW page and you would put it right here in this field for email. Okay. Once you put in your KW email, you will hit next, enter your password, and go ahead and log in. You may be prompted to either select verification codes on your mobile device, like opening the Gmail app on your phone. And if you'll give it a second, it may prompt you to say, are you trying to log in from this location? Click yes or no. And once you click yes, you may also be prompted with three numbers and you'll have to choose the right number. Okay. So you may see different sets of verification information or processes pop up depending on what you've already set up within your KW email. Okay. For today's purposes, because of something that I'm going to show you within your Chrome browser that is now linked to your Google account, I'm actually going to minimize this screen and log into my Gmail account on a regular browser that is not incognito. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that over. And so again, you'll notice that my browser is no longer incognito at this point. So I'm going to just go to gmail.com and it will probably log me in automatically because I'm already logged in on another browser But once you get logged in, sorry guys, we keep having people come in through the waiting room. This is great. I just have to stop and let them in real quick. Okay. And so now that we are here within our inbox, we went to gmail.com, we used our KW email to log in, and this is our inbox. Okay. First thing, once you get logged into your KW email inbox, hi, Rosa. Once you get logged in, the very first thing that I really recommend doing is make sure your security and recovery information is updated within your account. So that's what I'm going to show you first. Okay. Up here in the top right, you'll notice it says Google in big letters. Go ahead and give that a click. And right here underneath, if you don't have a profile photo, it'll have just an insert and should see your name. Click Manage Your Google Account. This will take you back to your settings. Notice you have a few options over here on the right. Let me zoom in again so it's not teenicey for you. And there's several things that you just want to check here. I recommend on your own time going through each one and making sure these settings are how you would like them to be. For today, I'm just going to show you under privacy information right here. Just kidding. Personal information. There we go. So here's your personal information. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong tab. Make sure that this is set up correctly, how you want your information to be. Okay. If I scroll down, you do have several fields that you can update, like your name, birthday, if you want to fill that information out. But notice that the contact information field right here has the option not only to add a recovery email, but also a phone number as a recovery phone to make your account even more secure. This is what I recommend coming and doing. When you click on this particular field to add the phone, it will prompt you that you don't have any now, but you can add. Right here, you have an Add Now button. When you give that a click, it may ask you to sign back in because you are changing security information. So just go ahead and enter that password. If you have it, I'm going to click back and let me see if it steps me back. Yeah. So go ahead and go through that process. It may ask you to put your password in again for Gmail. You will then enter your phone number and then it will send a verification code over to your phone number, just asking you to, again, to verify that that's the right number. What this will allow you to do is to start using your mobile device as verification for your account. So definitely do this. It's an extra precaution, extra security on your account. It can also make it a little easier to log in sometimes, especially if you happen to forget your password. I'm going to come back out of the phone number field, scroll down again, and just right here under email, you can also give this a click and make sure that you have an address added in as the recovery email. If you were set up here by Scott Leroy Marketing, you may see an email here, but you also may see yellow text to the right-hand side that says need verification or waiting for verification. If you see that, go ahead and give it a click. Get through that verification process to make sure that it is verified as the recovery email on your Google account. Okay? All right, that's just some basics for security. So now I'm actually going to close that tab and go back to our Gmail inbox. Okay, and so now let's actually show you the Chrome browser that I'm in. Now, don't know if it's going to be too little for you to see, but right here you can notice that my headshot for Google matches the headshot within my Chrome browser up here in the top right. Chrome now allows you to set up profiles that are linked to your Gmail accounts. So, with your KW Gmail account, you can also set a profile on Chrome that will help you remember passwords, payment information, addresses to help you pre-populate fields. It will also keep your bookmarks for you as well across any device that you have, that you would open that Chrome browser and use that profile, you would be able to access all of that information across devices. Okay. I'll just go ahead and click on my icon right here on my Chrome browser so that you can see what it looks like. It will let you know that the sync is on. And please know, guys, this is optional, okay? You do not have to sync your email or Google account to your browser. It just makes it a little easier with life if you do like to have pre-filled information or like to have your bookmarks available to you no matter what device you're on. And you also can see here it saves passwords, the payment information, and then also addresses like I was sharing with you. You can also adjust your theme with the little pencil right here in the top right hand corner if you'd ever like to go and like change the color, change your icon, things like that. Okay. All right. So that's just a little bit about Chrome and how it can link a profile to your Gmail account. And now let's go ahead and look over Gmail specifically right here. Now that we're in our inbox, I want to show you some customization features that you have, some commonly used features, and then also some organization tips to help you. Okay. So, right here within our inbox, over on the right hand corner, I'm going to show you this cogwheel right here. These are some of your settings. If I'm to click this one time, it will actually show us some quick setting options. Most of these have to do with the actual layout of your inbox and how you see it. Okay. So let's scroll down just a little bit and allow you to customize this. Density listed right here will show you how closely packed your emails actually show in the list. Okay. So we have it on default, but I can change it right here to comfortable. See if it will let it save. I was hoping it'd show you a little bit more, I guess, because I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom out just a little bit because you're not really able to see how big of a difference that was. So we'll go to default, go to comfortable, and go to compact. Each one is a little tighter. Okay. Notice when I jump to comfortable, it spaces out a little bit. When I go to default, I'm even able to see like a preview of the name of the PDF that's on one email. There's just more space in between them. Just a tiny little preference, but you choose what works for you. If you come down, you also have themes available. You can come in here and click View All and explore those. If you come down even further, now I have an inbox type that I can choose. Notice that it gives me options, like I can see the most important emails first. I can even change it where I see unread emails first. I see that used a lot by agents, and it keeps all of those unread emails towards the top of your inbox. And then the read emails are down towards the bottom. And that way they don't get lost. You know how you're on the fly during the day, you see a subject line or an email from a person that you need to check immediately. And so your inbox can go read, unread, and kind of be a little bit of a mess. So this may be a great option for you to keep your unread emails at the very top of your inbox at all times. You can do starred first. And you can even come into like a priority inbox that allows you a little more customization. You can see the customized links underneath these that allow you to view priority inbox or either multiple inboxes at once. Just come in and play around with those to see if it's something you would like. Okay. You also have a reading pane option at the bottom of that, and that allows you to see a preview of your email within the same frame. I'm going to show you what I mean. Right now, we have it on no split. So you're just seeing a list of my emails. If I go ahead and click right of inbox, and we'll just select that top one right there. Let me close my menu so it gives you a little bit more room. So right here, we still see a list of our emails, but on the right, you have a preview pane to where when you click on the different emails on the left, it will show you a preview of those emails on the right. Another option is to actually have the preview below the email. I'm going to choose that. So you see your list of emails at the top and the preview at the bottom. Okay. Few different options there. I'm going to stick with no split just to keep it basic for today. But come in here and just choose whichever setting you would like. There's no save button. Once you choose it, it's chosen. You could see that update in real time, so you don't have to worry about clicking save. But I am going to go now into our all settings just to show you a few other things in here. You also have some options in here as well. Once we're back here under all settings, notice we have a lot of tabs across the top. Now, again, this class is an overview, so I'm not going to jump in too deep. I do not want to overwhelm you with details and options, but I am going to show you your inbox tab right here. This is another place where you can go a little further with actually editing the layout of your inbox. It's essentially what we just looked at in the quick settings, but just gives you a little different options, okay? So you can come in here, see how we just went over those different options, important, unread, or starred, whichever email shows first. And below that, you can actually break it out into categories. Some people do like this. Just know that when you start breaking out your inbox into different categories, sometimes Gmail does its very best to identify what type of email it is and puts them in the right category, and sometimes it doesn't. So just be careful. The more customization you do in here, the more categories you choose. Sometimes it may be a little harder to find some emails. Okay. And I'm just going to scroll to the bottom just so that you can see it was essentially the same options we were seeing with just a little more detail. Um, okay, so you have the option to come in here to the inbox tab right here and go even a little further if you want to customize more. That's as far as I'm going to go with that particular part. I'm going to jump over here to General tab. This is the first tab that you come to when you came up to your cogwheel and clicked it and chose all settings. This is the page that it would bring you to. If you scroll down on this page, this is where you can create an email signature for yourself. So we're just going to scroll down to right here on the signature line, and you can come in here and create an email signature. Now, the one that we're creating here is on a desktop, so it will show when you're sending emails from your desktop inbox. If you are on your mobile, there is a different option to create signatures on the mobile Gmail app, and so that is different. This would apply to when you are sending emails from your desktop inbox. Okay? I'm just going to go through the steps quickly to show you how to set up your email signature. So you can create new, you would name it and click create. And then right here over the right hand side is where you can put your information, whatever you would like to do. Okay. So any information that you would like to add, you can add it here. You also have the option to add images. It's just if you're adding an image, I want to show you a little bit of a tip on how to get it to position itself correctly in here and to stick and display right. You know, have you ever seen email signatures where it just shows a broken image whenever you see it and it doesn't send it correctly? Here's how you do it. You would just go to insert image, and we're actually going to use a web address for a URL. Let me show you how to get a URL for your email signature. I'm going to go to a new tab. We'll go to imgur.com/upload. This is a web-based uploading site. I'm going to drop that link in the chat for you guys too. Definitely bookmark that if you need it. But right here, you can simply choose your photo. So we're just going to do that and choose our email signature. If you were set up by Scott Leroy Marketing, you may have one of these provided by us. We'll go ahead and click open. If you don't, you can always create it in your command designs. And right here, we have our email signature photo right here. I'm going to right click and open image in a new tab. When you do that, this is our image for our email signature, and this is now our URL. So I'll just simply copy that, come back over to my Gmail, paste it, And there's our email signature. We'll hit select, and here it is. There's our email signature. Now you can come in here and customize this as much as you want. Once you're done, you can come right here, make sure that you set what you want to display. So for new emails, we'll use that KW signature. And when we reply or forward, we want to use that signature too. Once you're done, scroll all the way to the bottom and click Save. And that's how you set up an email signature within your KW email. Okay. Now, if I go over here to the right and click Compose to start a new email, we can see that it's already there. Uploads pretty quickly. Okay. All right. So that's for your email signature. Now, for a little bit of organization when it comes to your inbox, I would just want to show you a couple of things that you have here. Up at the top, you have your search bar. You can come in here and type different things in this to be able to look for certain emails that you would like to. So if we want to find all of our monthly neighborhood nurtures, there we go. It's going to let me get that far and hit enter. It will pull those different emails for me right here and highlight the words that I searched by in yellow. Okay. If I ever want to go back to my main inbox, you can just come back over here and choose your inbox. But that's what it will look like when you use searches. I'm going to X that out. And also, when you start searching back here, right here on the right, notice that we have a little icon. These are search filters. You can click that. And now look at all the options you have to search. I can look for something from a particular person to a particular address, a subject, or even just has certain words. Or maybe it doesn't have certain words. You can come in here and use all of these to try to find something in your inbox. Once you do, let's say we want to know which emails came from um, an at KW email address. Let's see, at, I'm on the wrong line, just a second, from at mailer.kw.com. Notice over here on the right, besides search, I can also create a filter. You can search and find the emails now, but this is the filter that I want to show you guys. You can create a particular filter that does a particular action based on what you want it to do. So if I say, I want all emails from that particular email address, doesn't even have to be a full email. I can click my create filter and then I have options. It will take any email from that particular email address. I can choose to archive it where it doesn't even come into the inbox anymore, automatically mark it as read, star it like it's important so I'll see it better. You can have it automatically label emails for you or even forward those particular types of emails to a particular address. Instead of forwarding all your email from your KW inbox, it would forward just the particular ones you want. Automatically delete. You can even create what we call a white filter or a white label. Basically, that essentially means that emails from that particular email will never go to spam right here. Never send it to spam. You have a lot of different options, but these are different filters that you can set up. Something good to use these for. Maybe you're set up on daily update emails from either your MLS or your brokerage. And while you want to keep them, you don't necessarily want them in your inbox cluttering it up. You want them in a nice and neat, tidy folder over on the left-hand side so that you can go and grab them when you want to read them and have time to read them. So maybe you would come in here and say, we're going to mark them with a star so I'll know they're important, but go ahead and add a label to them as well. And also, um, let's see, you can choose a category if you would like, but you can also choose for it to skip the inbox altogether and just go right underneath that label. So when you're ready to come back and read them, You can search for them and find them easily, but it won't be cluttering up your inbox. You just have some options here. Go ahead and click Create Filter when you're done picking the settings that you want to choose. I'm going to click off of that, but I just wanted you to know that you have search features and filter options, and you can create those automatic filters to kind of send your emails where you want them to go. Labels is the next thing. See these gray boxes that I already have labeled on my different email pieces right here? These are ways to organize your inbox. Think of these as labels or file names. Within Command, think about your tags for your contacts. It's very similar. So you can go ahead and select your emails that you would like, and you can choose the label. Choose an existing label that you would like applied to it if you want, or maybe there's one that you haven't created yet. You can type in the name and just click Create New, and that will help you create that new label. It even gives you an option if you want to nestle that particular label underneath an existing label that you already have. Then you can go ahead and click Create, okay? And it'll apply those labels for you. One of the options right here to the right as well, let me unselect my emails here. If we were to jump into one of our emails, you also have an option. I don't know why it says move it to the inbox. These are all in my inbox. Just a second. There we go. So right here, when you click beside your email or into the email, I'm going to click the box beside them to show you that you can select more than one. You can choose the folder option with the arrow and choose to actually move it to one of these labels, and it will act as if it were a folder. So it will move those emails into that label and out of your inbox. Over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to choose the hamburger icon to pop out our settings over here on the left. And this will show you, see your labels down here at the bottom. These are where you can go and click to see the emails that you have labeled with those particular names. Okay? Just a few of the options here as far as filtering and organization goes with your labels. Also, when you're in an email, last little bit here, and we'll jump into the next app. When you open your email, across the top, you have some commonly used icons. Just want to show you a couple of those that you may be using on the regular. The first one is to archive. That means get it out of your inbox and put it into your archive. It will still be able to be found when you use your search options, but it will not be in your inbox where it will be in the way all the time. You also have another one to report spam. This is a quick click right here. It will send it to your spam folder, and emails from that particular sender will now go to your spam folder instead of inbox. Obviously, delete. This one is mark as unread. This one's a neat one. This is a snooze option to where it will actually come back up in your inbox after a certain period of time to remind you, hey, you wanted to snooze this email. Would you like to reply to it now? Okay. Also, you have an option to add this to tasks. You can go ahead and click this, and this email content will now be created as a task on your calendar. We're going to explore the calendar here in just a minute, but that's actually pretty handy that you would be able to click that and immediately create a task for yourself so that you don't forget later. We just went over these two icons, so I'm going to skip to the three dots. And just notice you have some really cool ones in here, like filter message like these. Remember the filters we were just looking at? This is a way that you can create a filter based on this exact email and go ahead and set different preferences that you want for that filter. Okay. You also have the option to create an event right from this email. If I were to create an event, it's going to take me to my Google Calendar, and I'm going to create an event. It takes the contents from that email, puts them all right here within the note, within the body of the event, and it sets the day and the time. We can come in here and edit those. It automatically sets up a meeting based on Google Meet. We'll talk about this further in just a few moments, but essentially, think of it like our Zoom meeting right here. Google's version is called Google Meet. It's a video meeting platform that you can use to do just audio. You can turn the camera on if you would like, but it's a way to have an online meeting. You can set your notifications and go ahead and actually invite people to this if you would like to, just by putting your cursor in the add guests and adding different emails that you would like added to this particular meeting. Okay, so you can actually create an event again directly from just an email, just at a touch of a button. We're going to go ahead and click save to keep this event. And since I added someone's email as a guest, I can choose to send an email to that person. We're clicking send. It just lets me know it's inviting someone that is outside of our organization, and that's okay. I'm going to continue editing and actually remove that one. That's command email. So we'll go ahead and click save and send again. Now we see our event on our Google Calendar, and that person received an invite to go ahead and join that Google Meet appointment. Okay, we're going to visit the calendar in just two shakes. I'm going to go back to our inbox here just to finish. Again, this is what your Gmail inbox looks like for your KW email. Now let's talk briefly about Google Contacts. There is a place to keep contacts in your Google Workspace. Right here at the top right-hand corner, you have 9 circles in a square. This is quick access to your Google apps. You'll notice that we have our Google account. This is like when we were setting up the privacy information, the personal information, and recovery email and phone number. That lives here. Gmail, this is your inbox that you're seeing right now on your screen. And then we're actually going to come down here to our contacts in the bottom right and view those quickly. Now you can come in here and add contacts. You can also export contacts if you would like to. It's just a space to keep your contacts. One thing that may be a great idea is on your mobile device, on your phone, instead of saving contacts to your actual device itself, which if your phone ever gets damaged or gets lost, you lose those contacts. You can actually set your mobile device up to save your contacts right here into your Google Contacts. It is cloud-based, so the data is backed up. If anything ever happens to your device, you don't lose your contacts. They're all right here within your KW Google Workspace. Okay? If you need instructions on how to do that, just let me know. I'll make sure to share those steps with you. It is based on your device, so that may be something great to actually email us and ask about if you need steps on how to do that. But you can set Google Contacts to be the default on your phone to make sure that your phone contacts will begin getting saved in Google Contacts. While you're in here, over on the left, this is where you would come to create a contact. Just going to show you that briefly. You would fill in the information. We're not going to go through all the fields. And once you do fill in something, so I'll just go ahead so that our save button highlights, you will have your save button right here where you can save that contact. And now they're added to your Google Contacts. If you are looking to export a copy of your Google Contacts so that you can import them into Command, you can do that as well. Right over here to the right-hand side, there's 3 dots, and you can choose, excuse me, I have to select all of our little people here first. So we're going to select all for our contacts. Once you've selected your contacts, then you can click your 3 dots and you have an export option. It gives you several file options. To get it into Command, choose the Google CSV and then choose Export. That will download a file onto your device that is in CSV form. It's just a fancy way of saying comma separated values. It's just the type of spreadsheet it is, but think about it like an Excel spreadsheet is essentially what it's going to look like. It just has different formatting. And then you would be able to actually import that into Command after a little bit of reformatting. Okay. If you need any help with this and we work with your market center, you can reach out to us. We'll be happy to reformat that file for you and help you import it into Command. Okay, so we'll just click away from that. And now let's look at our calendar. Going back up again to the 9 circles in the square. And now we will go to our Google Calendar. You can also add this to your mobile device so that you can have your calendar at the touch, right, on the fly. From right here, this is where you can come add tasks, add events. I've already shown you how you can do that from right within your inbox, but you can also do it from right here on your calendar. There is a create button on the top left-hand corner that will allow you to create an event, an out of office notification, a task, or an appointment schedule. This appointment schedule is a little new. I'm not going to demonstrate this for you guys today, but if you're ever looking to open up a time block on your calendar to where other people can come and schedule appointments with you, you might want to look into this because that's exactly what it is. You can choose a time block on your calendar to set as an appointment schedule that would allow other people to come and claim different time on your calendar. It's pretty handy. For today, you can just come up and click an event if you would like to, or if you don't want to use that, you literally can just click right on your calendar in the time slot that you want. All I'm doing is clicking different time brackets, and it will give you an automatic pop-up to create what you would like, an event, out of office, task, or appointment schedule. You would simply type in the name. Let's say this is your lead gen time. You can adjust the time here if you would like. You can even choose for it to repeat. Maybe you want it to repeat daily. Since this is your lead gen time, you can choose Monday to Friday if you would like. You just make the adjustments as you would like to. You can even add guests to invite others to it. You can have it over a Google Meet if you want it to be a video conference. And if you need more options, they're right here. It just opens up a full screen like I showed you earlier with your event to where you can fill in more details in regards to that actual appointment or event. Click Save when you're done, and it's now added to your calendar. Since again, this is cloud-based, any device that you have your Google Calendar app on, it will be able to update in real time to see these appointments that you're adding. Okay, including your tasks. All right. And so, sounds good, Dawn. No problem at all. Yes, it is a lot. So, I hope you have a great appointment. All right. And again, guys, the recording from this will be uploaded on our YouTube within a couple of hours too. So you can go back and follow through in your own time or in your own Google Workspace. Okay. And so, again, really quick, just with your calendar, I want to show you how you can add the SLM calendar to your Google Calendar. And then I'm going to show you how you can add your Market Center calendar to your calendar. So for our Scott Leroy Marketing Training Calendar, I'm just going to open a new tab up here at the top and go to Scott Leroy Marketing. It helps if you could spell your boss's name. scottleroymarketing.com. Down here in the middle, you can see Agent Resources. You'll want to go to Agent Resources, Training, Training Calendar. Now, if you are not logged into your site, you may have been prompted to enter a password. If that is the case, it would simply be your Market Center number. Okay. Now that we're here on our training calendar page, I'm going to drop this link in the chat for you guys, just so you have it. You can scroll down to our calendar, and when you are viewing our Google Calendar right here, you can click the plus Google Calendar icon right here at the bottom. It will open your Google Calendar in a new tab if you're already signed in. Okay. It prompts me, do I want to add this calendar? I click yes, add. Now we can see that calendar right here already added onto our Google Calendar. You do have the option to toggle it off just by unchecking it if you don't want to see it, and check it again if you do want to see it. Okay. Now let's look at how to add your Market Center information. So for this, we're actually going to sign back into Command, and I'm actually going to do that in an incognito window. So give me 1 second while I grab that. We're coming back to our command here. We're already signed in to Command. And in that additional tab, remember we went to mykw.kw.com. I'm going to do that again. So again, first sign in to Command, which is agent.kw.com. Open a new tab and go to mykw.kw.com. Once you are here, scroll down to the bottom. Over here in Quick Links, you should see an option for your Market Center's intranet. Now, some market centers do not use this calendar. They don't use the intranet. They use a different platform to be able to communicate with their agents. So, for what I'm fixing to show you, if you do not see the same for your market center, definitely reach out to your market center staff and they'll be able to share details with the platform that they use for your office. Okay? But in most cases, your office will use your intranet. So I'm going to go ahead and select our market center. If you've never been in here before, you may be prompted with a screen right now to save your settings. Just go ahead and click whichever applies to you, whether you want to save your settings or change them. But once you're done, you should see this particular page right here. This is your Market Center intranet. On the right-hand side, you will see a calendar. You can see right away that this has color on it. That means that they are actively using this calendar. It does have appointments scheduled on it. So I'm going to click View Calendar. If you don't see any appointments on this calendar, that's what I mean. You'll want to check with your Market Center staff just to make sure there's not a different platform that they're using to be able to communicate with your agents. Okay. Now that I'm here at the calendar, I can click Subscribe right here. We're wanting the office calendar. And so you would choose which device that you're using. Now, since we are wanting to link this to our Google Calendar, we're going to choose Google. And I know there's a couple of options here, guys. I'm going to show you the manual way that tends to have less glitches. Okay. Doing it this way, I have not seen it fail. So I'm going to highlight this little web address right here, starting with the H and going to the end. You don't need the little arrows at the beginning. I'm going to right click and copy. And now I'm going to go back to my Google Calendar, which was in that other browser. So I'm just going to minimize this. And we're right here at our Google Calendar. Come over to the left-hand side by Other Calendars. Click the plus sign. Choose From URL. And this is where you would paste that URL we just copied. I did it by clicking Control V on my keyboard, which will paste, but you can also right click and paste. Okay. And just click Add Calendar. You got a banner at the bottom saying Calendar created. So now I'm just going to click the back button right here beside settings. And now we can see that appointment added right here on the calendar. And on the left-hand side, that office calendar is now added underneath other calendars. Okay. All right. And so now let's go and look at just a couple of other apps in our last few moments together. Um, the first would be there is a chat option where you can chat with other people within your workspace. Okay. So you can come back up here anywhere when you're signed into your Google, find your little circles in a square, open that up, and there is a chat app right here. This is again where you can have a conversation. It's just like any other messaging service that you have, but it is cloud-based within Google for you. So you can come over here and click New Chat, and you can add somebody that maybe you frequently email with or talk with already, or just simply start typing in their name or their email address right here to start a new chat with them. Okay. You even have spaces here. Think of a space as a group. If you wanted to maybe create a group for an agent mastermind between you and other agents, you can come and create a space, make it either collaboration or just a place for announcements. Maybe it's just to keep everybody updated, and then click create. And now you can add members, share files, assign tasks to different people. If you're working on a team, this might be a great tool that you want to use, or maybe you have an admin that's coming in. This is something you guys can use that would be within your Google account. And on the left-hand side of your inbox, you also have a chat icon that you can come over here. I'm going to again click back onto my inbox here. See over on the left-hand side the chat option. You can chat within your inbox as well. You don't have to go directly to the chat app. You can go directly to the chat option right here to speak with those people or to go into those spaces. Next is the Meet app. I'm going to click the square of 9 circles again. And you have a Meet app right here. I'm not going to jump in deep dive into this, guys. Just know this is what I've been talking about, it being like a video call where you can do audio and visual meetings just like you would over Zoom, but it is Google based. So you have an option right here. You can choose that as well. Drive. Let's go over the Google Drive. This is your storage. Think of this as your filing cabinet within your KW email account. You will use this usually, or more than anything, I would say, that I'm going over today, other than your inbox. This is probably what you would use the most. Right here within your drive, you'll notice that you have files and documents. On the left-hand side, you can add new. You can create new folders, upload files from your device, even upload entire folders from your device. And you also have some options to create new documents. Just like, Microsoft Word, right? Everybody should be familiar with that, where they have Microsoft Word, where you can create Word documents. They have Excel, where you can make spreadsheets. And you have PowerPoint, where you can create a slideshow. Google's version of that is right here, where you can create new ones. You can create a Google Doc. And I'm just going to click that to show you what a new Google Doc would look like. That's the version of a Word document, right? So you'll notice some familiar things at the top where you can adjust your font and like file, you can insert images, you can format this, you can create tables and columns. Again, this is just a Google version of a Word document, but you can create them right here within your cloud. So it's not taking up storage on a device. If your laptop or your desktop is ever damaged, you lose whatever files that you had saved on it. If you actually use this Google Drive and create a Google Doc like this, it's cloud-based. It's saved within your Google Drive. You can access it from any device and you won't lose it. Okay? You won't lose it if a device is damaged. I'm going to come back to my Google Drive here in this other tab, go to new again, and just show you Google Sheets. This is their version of like an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to open that. Come in here and put your cursor and name your spreadsheet. You can see the tiles. You see the familiar customization options at the top. It'll even give you an option to create a table right off the bat if you would like here. Going back to my Google Drive, and I'll show you the Google Slides. So we'll click New and Google Slides. This is the version of like a PowerPoint where you can come and create different tiles or different slideshows, excuse me. Choose a theme, create as many slides as we would like, and you'll have like a PowerPoint presentation, except it's called Google Slides. Going back to my drive here, there's also a way where you can share these particular files with another person. If you'll notice when I hover over the different files, some options appear over here on the far right. Let me zoom in again, just so they're not so little. So right here, and there's a person with a plus sign. This means I can share this particular document or folder with another person. So I'm going to click share. And now we have two options right here, guys. I can either begin typing in a person's email address or name right up here at the top, and it would allow me to share this link with them specifically and only them. Notice my link is restricted. My shareability is restricted. It would only be to whoever I add right here in my file into my group. So I'm going to start typing in our friend Kate again. Click her name. We can choose to notify her that I'm sharing this. Let me give her a heads up that this is not a real thing that we're here in class. I can choose what she can do to it. I can even let her edit it, comment on it just to give suggestions, or just view it where she can't make any changes to it. And then you can go ahead and choose to send. And that shares it with that particular person you've chosen. You can also choose to make this a public shareable file to where anybody with the link can actually access it. Maybe you've come in here and you've added a folder for your listing and you've added all the photos for that listing into this one folder and you want to share it with your client. You could simply come right here, choose the person, change restricted to anyone, and copy link right here at the bottom. This link that you have copied, you can now share with anyone and they can view the contents of that file or that folder. This is a great, easy way to share data. So I just wanted you to be able to see that your drive can do that. Okay. Got just a couple of minutes left. I'm going to spend those couple of minutes showing you how you can actually take files from your Google Drive. I'm going to click done here. From your Google Drive, let's say you've gotten some documents from the other agent on the other side of the transaction. You need to get them added into your DocuSign so that you can add your client's information and get signatures. So you've gotten those files, you've saved them right here to your Google Drive. Now all you need to do is we're going to go up here. Let me close all of our little tabs that we added up here at the top. We'll just go to a new tab and go to DocuSign.com. You'll log into your DocuSign. Just going to show you how you can add them in. If you've logged into DocuSign and this is your view, click your name at the top right and click Switch to Rooms. Click on the room that you want to add the documents to. Go to your Documents tab, and you have an Add button on the far right. Click Add, and your Google Drive is an option right here. Now, if it's the first time you've ever used it, it may prompt you to enter some information. Okay, so we're going to click Google Drive It's linking to our Google Drive because we've done it before, and it shows us our folders right here and our files, so we can just select whatever we would like, click select, and it will add that into the Google room for, or the DocuSign room for us right here. Now you would be able to add this document into an envelope, add fields, add signature lines, and send it to your clients for signatures. Okay? So that's a way that you can actually link your Google Drive to your DocuSign account to get documents right out of your Google Drive and into your DocuSign room. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our inbox here. Click that app square one more time just to show you that you have shortcuts here for all the different documents that I showed you how you can create them new. You do have quick links right here to create those documents, spreadsheets, and slides all within right here. Okay. And that is it for our class today, guys. I know that was a lot. And I'll see a couple of comments in the chat that we were moving a little too fast. So I apologize about that. This is the first time teaching this class. So we wanted to see how much we could fit in for you and make sure we're bringing you value. But thank you for the feedback. If you do have any questions and you're watching this back on recording, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And if you're here with me live, stick around for a second and I'll make sure to get those questions in the chat answered with you guys. Thanks for watching.